Hello, everyone. This is your bizarro president, Grover Cleveland here, with a message for the aliens in the audience tonight. You can follow Ryan O'Connor at Wrangleshank on Instagram and Twitter. End transmission.
It's time for Ink the Book Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. And now, let's ink the book. Whoa! What a colorful intro. Don't you just love it? It still needs some work, I think, but it's better than it was. So, that's what I've been doing all morning. I started messing around with that after the last broadcast. I was up way too late doing that. And then when I got up this morning, I kept working on it. So our intro, it's a little more lively. I'm ready to ink. Let's get to inking. I'd still like to get a second page in today if it seems possible. Let's get some light on here. So my name's Ryan O'Connor. I am inking my first graphic novel called Bonehead. This little fella here is the titular Bonehead. I've penciled all the pages, though I might need to redraw some stuff toward the end of the book. It's about 235 pages, even though this says page 118. I've got about 100 pages left to ink, after which I gotta scan them all in, color them all, letter them all. So this is my second time touching every page, but every page gets like at least 4 passes, right? I was listening to some there's this guy who's been doing this thing called Bible Every Morning, where he's been listening to 4 chapters of the Bible, each one from a different book, and then he kind of goes over some notes he took while he was listening to it. And that's on the, what is it called? This Now network or something? I'm not too familiar with the guy. His name's Michael Gravlock. But I only started listening to it today. I listened to the first few episodes yesterday, and I listened to the next few today. and I'm enjoying it. Bible every morning on. That's what I was looking into. Is it This Now Network? This Way Network. That makes more sense. And I guess there's a bunch of shows. There's a bunch of people who have shows on that YouTube channel. But he's been posting that every day for the past few days, I guess. And I just heard about it yesterday and started checking it out. What else? I don't know. Oh, I ate half a pound of bacon today. So that was wonderful. I got more. Oh, I gotta catch up on my cooking because I think I've got 4 HelloFresh meals in my fridge right now. And when they pile up, that's no good. I don't like throwing food away. You know what I mean? Oh, let me bring my microphone a little closer to me. Maybe that'll be better. I keep meaning to get in the habit of doing that because I'm a little too soft-spoken for my own good. I try not to be so soft-spoken, but it's it doesn't come naturally to me. And also, I've tried to figure out how to maybe bump up the audio on this mic, and I don't know how, if there is a way. It's just what is it? It's a blue snowball microphone is what it's called. And maybe there's a way to amp it up, but I'm a simple man with a simple brain. I didn't have my first computer. My family didn't have their first computer until I was 13. Is that an excuse for my ineptitude? Absolutely. I deserve your patience and lots of money. So hand it over. This is a stick up. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I'm just Ramblin' Ryan over here. An alien's hugging a boy. I don't know. Technically true. What else? I listened to the new episode of I watched the new episode of the, what do you call it? Always Sunny podcast this morning. So they have a podcast on the Apple podcast, whatever. They have an audio podcast out there, but there's a video version of it on Spotify and on YouTube somewhere. And I usually opt for the video version. I don't say evasion, I say avoision. Sorry, that was an arbitrary Simpsons reference. I'm chock full of them. So I invited everybody on the face of the planet that I know. Let's see if anybody gives a dang to come in here. Almost certainly not. My friends and family are the meanest people I know, so. Good luck, me, at putting on a show today. It's all on my own dang shoulders. I knew starting a show of my very own. I knew when I started a show of my very own that all the entertainment value was going to be on my shoulders. Typical everyone else not jumping on board with whatever whims are in my crazy heart. Why, I have half a mind to punch everyone squarely in the gut. Okay. So I'm trying to do roughly a page a day. Yesterday, I only did 2 panels. I finished a page that I started the day before, but didn't finish because I had a St. Patrick's Day party at my parents' house to go to. So I only did 4 out of the 6 panels that day. Then yesterday I did the remaining 2 panels. So yesterday I technically did not do my day's page. So today, my humble goal, as it always is, and I never follow through on it lately. I can never seem to make it work, but today's cute little goal is to get 2 pages in. I'll do them on separate podcasts because otherwise it gets too unwieldy long. Hi, Crimson. The comic's going good, I think. I mean, you tell me. I'm biased. What is new with you? Oh, well, thank you. You're too kind. Nothing new, just chilling with a new game. Oh yeah, what's this game? Is this another mobile game? No PC. All my games are PC. Oh, okay. I was thinking the what was it? It was like Bubbles. What was it? Something. I just thought the last game you were talking about was mobile. Have you heard of the is that like Steam or something? I'm not too familiar with game stuff. Bloons. Yeah. Oh, okay. Mobile and PC. Okay. Okay. Have you heard of this game? I played the trailer for it a while back on this channel, not that long ago. But let me see. I have some from the Epic Game app too. I don't even know if I've ever even heard of that. But I played this trailer for this cool looking. It's a point and click game, and it's like classic hand drawn animation. Oh, okay. Epic does Fortnite. But there was this game called this game coming out in the fall, I guess, called The Many Pieces of Mr. Koo, like cool without the L. The Many Pieces of Mr. Koo. And there's a few different trailers of it out, but it looks really cool. It's like I don't get too excited about most games, but that one I want to try and play when it comes out. That looks exciting to me. What sort of games do you play if you play? Oh, I see it on Steam. I'll have a look now. I play. It's like modern games I can barely play, but I like old Mario and Donkey Kong Country and stuff like that, and Earthworm Jim I really liked, which was made by one of my favorite artists. And what else? What was I gonna say? Well, Crash Bandicoot is one of the biggest ones among me and my siblings. That's certainly the most popular one in my household, or was in my household growing up. So stuff like that, like little like run around, jumping on bad guys and collecting coins or whatever. that kind of game. There's a bunch of games like that on Steam. Probably. I'm so like out of touch with stuff like that. I don't know. I never had to. By the way, part of it is like I've never been good at any video games. Even the ones I like take me forever to get anywhere. Like Mario, I have a hard time with Mario and Crash Bandicoot and all of it. But I mean, if I'm gonna play, I can play Crash Bandicoot for a while, or any of those really. But I am kind of useless at it. There's no timer on games or how quick they should be to play or complete. I know, but it tends to get frustrating after a while. They're meant to be enjoyed and played at your own pace. Yeah. And I do enjoy them, but it's like I do like if I'm playing any of those games, I can play them for a while, but after a while I get a little like fed up with my own incompetence and have to walk away from it. I don't start like throwing the controller or anything, but it's just like, all right, I've had enough. Let's see. Okay. Here's that. And then what was I gonna say? People play that mobile, but it's on PC. Oh, House Builder. I didn't see that earlier. So you're playing House Builder. It's like House Flipper, but this time you build the house. Okay. that was something I always liked when I was a kid, to some extent. Was the like Roller Coaster Tycoon and The Sims. That was kind of fun for a while. I've had this like, I'm sure it's caffeine related, but I've had this twitch in my eye for days now. Or maybe I'm finally cracking up. Under any stress? Not particularly. If anything, it's just trying to squeeze in everything every day. That might be it. Just like the drawing, like I'm trying to do stuff in my sketchbook every day, do a page every day, or do a stream anyway every day, and like I try to do a mass every day. I like watch. I go to church on Sundays, right? But for the past few years now, I try to do, or maybe the past couple, 2 years now, I try to do one every day because they started streaming the daily one on YouTube at my church. And ever since they did that, I've been trying to do it every day. Twitches tend to be linked to nervous tension or stress. I think that might be part of it. That and me trying to like do video editing stuff on top of it and just trying to like make time for everything. That might be the stress part. And it's all self-imposed, so I know it's not that pressing or anything. But I don't know. I like holding myself to it if I can help it. Okay. Have you heard there's going to be a they're finally doing Beetlejuice 2? I think that's been in talks on and off ever since Beetlejuice 1 came out. Yeah. And Winona Ryder, my one true love, and Michael Keaton are going to be coming back for it. I wonder if they're still going to do the Hawaii script or whatever that they originally had. It can't be the same script, right? Because it was supposed to be like Beetlejuice in Hawaii or something originally. But I think it was supposed to be the Dietz family was going on vacation, and I don't know well enough what that script was. I just know it took place in Hawaii. And but like Lydia's dad, whatever his name, he ain't gonna be in it, right? Wasn't he like he got caught with all kind of like child pornography or something a while back, some time ago? I just watched that movie this past Halloween, and it's like there was a handful of stuff I didn't remember about it. Mostly to do with the Maitlands, the Alec Baldwin and who's it? Gina Davis. It's a good movie. I like that movie. I don't watch the news and haven't watched it for a good 20 years. I don't know where I heard that. I heard that a while back. Let's see. I need tea. Okay. Oh, and I was hearing that I think I mentioned this yesterday or the day before or something, but I was hearing that new Batman movie is pretty good. And I wasn't sure. I was sure I was going to hear a bunch of trash talk about the Twilight guy playing Batman, and I heard like when the movie started, when you first see him, people were kind of on the fence, and then, but his performance ended up being really good. And I was hearing everybody's performance in that movie was really good. Twinkle Toes is Batman. Yeah, I don't know his name. Is it Edward Cullen? I think. That might be a character from Twilight. I don't know. I'm desperately out of touch sometimes, but I might be right. Here, I'm gonna look it up. Oh, Robert Pattinson. Yeah. I am naming the character, aren't I? Robert Pattinson. Yes, you're absolutely right. I was like, I feel like that's right, but I don't recall hearing the name Edward Cullen in a long dang time. It's in my brain for some reason, but okay, yeah, Robert Pattinson. Oh, what's the movie called again? It's just called The Batman. Okay. Oops. Don't they usually use buff guys for Batman? See, that was what I thought. Aren't his wrists a little thin? I wasn't even sure how I felt when I saw the trailer a while back. See, like, my problem with the last series of Batman movies were like, it took itself too seriously, kind of. Like, it wasn't very, like, largely, it wasn't very fun. Yeah, huge. I mean, put him alongside Ben Affleck. Huge size difference there. Yeah. Like, there's some fun stuff in those last Batman movies, but they're so like tethered to like they were trying to make it like ultra realistic. I feel like as far as Batman can go, and I mean the Joker stuff was the most like appealing stuff. I feel like, but same characters, but so many. I don't think I've seen the movies in order. I get so confused between Batman movies, then Joker movies, then Harley movies. Yeah. But I haven't seen the Joker. I haven't seen any of the Harley stuff. I recently saw Harley Quinn at the end of the one with all the people. I don't know. I saw a chunk of that movie recently when my roommate was watching it. I forget what it's called. It's like the Avengers, but with Suicide Squad. Yeah. The shark guy and John Cena and Polka Dot Man. Yeah, I don't even know which one I saw. But there was a part with Harley Quinn, and she's wearing this dress, and I don't know. I was like, wow, this actress is really amazing. I thought she was really good. I don't know how I feel about the punk rock Harley Quinn, but you know, the last time I saw Harley Quinn outside of that was Batman the Animated Series. Not a fan of John Cena. I don't even know well enough what his acting's like to comment on it. I never see any movies. I used to like be like following like 7 TV shows at any given time. And then I realized I started like watching less and less movies. So it's like people are always like, "Have you seen this? Have you seen this?" No. Wait, all the guys I know have a jonesing for Harley, aka Margot Robbie. I mean, I don't know. I thought she was she was playing the role really well. I don't know what else she does, you know. But I thought she fit the role, but I don't know how I feel about like I don't know, punk rock Harley Quinn. But maybe if I watched any of the movies in earnest, I'd think it was amazing. She's a great actress. They just young and, well, you know, she's their wife. Yeah. Yeah. I'm out of touch. They're not making movies for me anymore. The art of making movies has gone down the toilet. What was I thinking that about? Like, it's like you'll never see this again. This kind of thing again. I mean, that could be like a billion things, but I don't know. But yeah, it's like everything's so like over the top these days. Like you almost can't have just a simple movie. You almost can't. I think is what I said. Nowadays, it's let's make this TV show into a movie, and let's make this movie into a TV show. Yeah. Now let's remake this movie and make a prequel to this movie 20 years after the fact, and a sequel to the prequel, and a prequel to the prequel. Like, oh my god, grow a brain and get some creativity for fuck's sake. Yeah, and then let's dive into the backstory of every villain and illustrate why they're actually a hero. That's what I don't get about like they keep like race swapping and gender swapping characters, but it's like it isn't that as insulting as not having like good good leading characters that are different races, or like there's not enough like female like why are they like, why is it fine that they're just taking established characters and changing the you know what I mean? I feel like make original characters that people want to see that are different, you know? But there's like it's like we've reached the end of the line as far as new characters go. Like we can't have any more characters. There's too dang many. So we're just gonna use the existing characters and we'll make them fit the quota. Don't get me started on that side of things. I'm all about equal across the board, but you must now have a lead black actor, and not only that, a gay couple, preferably mixed races, and some trans in there as well. Everyone wants their finger in the pie nowadays. It's like, stop shoving it down our throats. We get it. Just live your life. You're accepted. Get over it. But yeah, I'm all for representation, but it's like, sure. But like, what kind of representation is like making Superman a gay black woman now? Like you stole you stole the character. It's like, how come there aren't any characters that weren't a ripoff of an existing character? How about that? The last Spider-Man movie I watched, you have Spider-Man and what's her face, the girl, MJ, yeah. Wasn't MJ a freaky white chick? Now she's a race chick in this one. Did they change her? I don't know. Oh yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And like, maybe they weren't in the comics, but it's like, I don't think people are reading the comics at this point. And I don't know how true to the stories they're being to the comics either. I don't know. I'm not a great authority As far as that side of it goes, I guess. But I mean, there's always room to add characters. Not that I care what color or race she is. Just keep to the storyline. I've not read a comic since I was a kid, but the comics kept the same characters and the same race and gender. Yeah. It's like they can take creative license with the existing characters, but they can't take creative license and make new characters. Is what I don't get. Nowadays, they just remake a movie, call it new, change everything about the characters, and expect it to be all okay because of the rights for race and gender must have BS. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like I don't buy all these companies and corporations. It's like if you really cared, I don't know. I don't. It's. I don't think when I see Disney, for example, or whoever doing that, it just feels like pandering to me and insincere. And I think it would be more insincere, like when they do. Now I haven't seen these either, but like when they do, like in Encanto and what's the good one though? Book of Life? No, what's that one? The one that was big a little while ago. The one with the skeletons. What was that called? I got nothing. Trying to Coco. There was some movie called Book of the Dead, but it wasn't a Disney one. Or Book of Life, I think it was called. I don't know. I never saw it. But the Coco one I heard was really good. I think a lot of people like that. Like if you're making beloved characters, I can get behind that. A lot more readily, anyway. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I heard it was really good. It seemed like everyone was kind of loving on that one. I think. It was yeah, something about like memories of the dead, like as long as you put their picture out or keep their picture out and remember them, they're kind of still alive, your dead relatives or something, I think was part of the plot. Could you imagine if Or could you imagine the uproar if they made a real life version of in cartoon movie? Let's say Jasmine from Aladdin used a transgender person to play her who wasn't of her race from the movie. But the way the movie makers are today, that's the kind of thing they do just to suit today's must-have checklist of things to make it acceptable and include all. I was hearing about the new Snow White that Disney. No, it's okay. The new Snow White that they're making. So the woman that's playing Snow White is Latina. Okay. I can make sense of that in my head, I guess. And then what else? But then what's his name? The guy from Game of Thrones, Peter Dinklage. He was kind of he was griping about the fact that they're being progressive with one character and making Snow White Latina, but then they're not being progressive by making a movie about dwarves. And I was like, if I was him, I would see that as an opportunity. Disney today making, you know what I mean? Like, Peter Dinklage has dwarfism. I don't know. It's like, what's the, and maybe it's, I don't know if it's like, there's nothing like magic or mystical or nothing. I don't know. I'm not a little person. So I guess I don't know I don't quite exactly get the grievance, I suppose. Oh. Yeah, so they're going to do something different. And that was the thing. I don't think it was too clear what the reasoning was. He never explicitly said it, and I can imagine Disney doing it real easily in such a way where it's not offensive. Like I gave it a moment's thought and kind of came up with a real easy way that it wouldn't be a problem. Like if the problem is that, like, cause what's the story? Is Snow White a princess at the beginning, or is she like, I don't know. But I was like, if the problem is little people are funny and weird, all you really have to do is like, oh yes, there's all kinds of people out in the world. See, like, look around, Snow White. There's all kinds of different people out here. And then, like, we are little people. It's a thing. But I was really kind of puzzling why it was such an issue. Yeah, I think that's a bit much. If there was a predominance of that kind of thing in my life, which there is probably 0% of people I know are having trouble with their personal pronouns. I don't like the idea of bossing everybody around that way. If I was a dwarf and they used normal-sized people and CGI to portray a dwarf and to portray dwarves, I'd be offended. Why not just use dwarves to be dwarves? So Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, not, and this 7 CGI normal-sized people, made to look small. The world's lost the plot. I was stream bouncing last week and I thought I'd chat in one. The streamer asked what my pronouns were, and I'm like, my what? I've never been asked to date, and I don't see myself answering that. It's just heavy-handed and weird. It's like that's not my battle. I'm not trying to please assume my gender. You'll figure it out. It's not my battle, you know? Don't rope me into it. The amount of times people think I'm a guy because of my screen name flip out when they realize I'm female. I'm like, what about my name screams male? I didn't for a second think you were a guy. I don't think. Like when I see that picture and hear that name, I feel like I get the idea. Get a little bit of an idea of who you are. Gotta be what you want to be. Identify as a helicopter for all I care. Just quit ramming it down my throat. Go be you and just be happy. Well, 99% of the time I'm thought of as a guy, really. I've plenty of times heard somebody say, "Oh, when I first met you, I thought you were gay." So many times, even best friends of mine. And I'm like, what made you think I was gay, though? That's so aggravating. And then they're like, well, what's wrong with that? And it's like, well, because it's in conflict with what I'm actually trying to pursue out of like relationships and stuff. It's like if I'm trying to meet women and stuff, it's like that's a problem for me if I'm perceived as gay by people right off the bat. You know what I mean? That's what my problem is. See, with my words, who knows? Maybe. I don't know. Why do people have to assume anything? Oh, whoops. I've had lesbians hit on me because they assumed I was lesbian, and I'm like, I don't know. I told you I'm in love with my bestie who's male. Where did you think I was into chicks? Oh, I've got a good story. So one time, me and my 3 guy buddies, we were we went out to the city one night. We had this plan. We were all gonna have like a steak dinner. It was like a guys' night, and we we went out to this steak dinner, and we're like, okay, let's we're gonna go to some bar and just hang out. And we're sitting in this bar for a while. We order a drink, and we're sitting around talking, shooting the breeze, and then like while my friends are talking, I'm like looking at the wall, and they've got all this art on the walls. Like, I don't know if it was by local artists or what, but and I'm looking at this piece of art on the wall, like by our table, and it's like a black guy, like a not a black guy, but like a figure in black and a figure in white, and they're both sitting with their like legs facing each other, and they're like crossed like that, and they're like intersected. And I was like, that's some interesting art. And then I'm just sitting there and kind of like looking around at all the art on the walls, and then my friends are like, okay, we've hung out here long enough. Let's move on to the next bar. I'm like, okay, we're bar hopping. Okay, whatever. And then so I get in line to like pay my tab, and then I'm listening to the guy who's like taking people's money at the counter, and it's a different guy that gave me my beer when I first got there. And when the first guy gave me my beer, I was like, oh, gay guy. And then as I'm like hearing this guy talking to people as I'm approaching, like, because I'm in line to pay, and I'm like, oh, another gay guy. Wait a minute. And I'm like looking around the place again, and I'm like, all this art is awfully queer, isn't it? And then and then right as that's dawning on me that we accidentally walked into a gay bar, just as it's dawning on me that's why my friends want to leave and go to a different place. This guy like starts chatting me up in the line. He's like, hey, you come here often? I was like, no, I've never been here. I'm just here with my friends. and And I'm like, they're over there leaving. And the guy's like, oh, you should come here more often and blah, blah, blah. And he's like just carrying on, trying to make conversation with me. And I'm like, uh-huh, uh-huh. And then I look over at my friends and they're like, get out. And I'm like, okay, well, I pay. And I'm like, okay, well, nice talking to you. Gotta go. And I'm like beelining for the door. And all my friends are like, what did he say? So that was funny. I'm like, shut up, shut up, shut up. And they were just making fun of me the rest of the night because some guy was trying to pick me up. But no, that was not intentional. They didn't know. Like, once they realized it was a gay bar, they were like, okay, let's get out of here. And I was just like the last person to realize it. So that was funny. But you said, I got a lesbian friend who I feel is flirting with me. I don't know how to respond. And then I've had a lot of gay friends. One time I went to pick one up from the club. He was doing IT work for them. I walk in clueless, and there's this tall, blonde, attractive woman behind the bar. I'm like, hi, I'm here to pick up Jason. I swear my mouth dropped when they replied with the deepest voice, sure, he's in the bag. Go on through. It was a dude. Well, bottom half was, top half wasn't. You had no idea. Those sneaky gay clubs. I didn't live in the city, so I never knew there were clubs just for other sexuals. I've never heard that term before. But you know what? They party better than straight people and are more fun. I've heard that. My sister's gay, and I think it was before she knew it or was out, like maybe just a couple years before that. My sister-in-law's dad and her and some other people wanted to, for his birthday, they all went and were hanging out at a gay bar because the idea was it would be more fun. So I've heard that. What am I doing here? Use a technical pen for all this background stuff. so it doesn't get too thick on me. Let's see. All these little weird shaped houses down here. We'll see it a little closer eventually, I think. Or maybe it was already there earlier in the book, but these little houses are all shaped weird because it's alien architecture, is what I was thinking. So, speaking of, I don't know, stuff that I don't know how to relate it exactly at the moment, but anyway, so you're vampiric. When you're kind of maybe an underrepresented portion of the I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say, but yeah. When was the last time you tasted blood? That's crazy. That's still so like fascinating to me. Last night. What? Don't. You don't see me wanting a slice of the pie or my own flag. Last night. Now is this what was it? I forget. You said there's like different ways that you do it, I think. Is there like preparation that goes into it? Like if you said last year, I probably would have gone, what? It was my own. Oops. It was my own blood. I was trimming paper and slipped and nicked my finger. Oh, yeah, you did that on purpose. With blood, yes, especially if it's coming from a donor. Now, how does the donor part work? Are you like going to a blood bank and going like, got any O positive? And they're like, sure, how much you got? You're like, $30. And then they give you $30 worth of blood. This is just like pals of yours. They're like, here, have some of mine. I'm willing to let tonight. Blood dolls. Oh, a person willing to let you feed on them. Drug-free, alcohol-free. Interesting. Dang it. And is this all just carried out between the two of you, I guess, is what I'm wondering? Like at home? Different. They usually agree to following a certain diet or include more or less of depending on the vampire's preferred taste in blood. Different foods change the taste of blood. Wow. I guess that makes sense. Like if you get more iron or something. It's a 1-to-1 contract. Done at home or their home, yes. Wow. Is this prevalent in America too? I think you are in Australia. Is it? Oh, and I think you made it sound like it was more prevalent here than over there, if I remember correctly. And it's not really anything I've ever heard of before so much. And I still haven't checked out that documentary series. The area is cleaned with alcohol swabs. Sterilized blades are used to make small cuts in the skin deep enough to bleed, but not that deep that it won't stop bleeding. And it's more in America. Oh, that's making me like tense just thinking about it. What got you into this sort of thing? Like, where did it come from? Like, was this something you stumbled across and thought, that sounds like it's for me? Or was there a friend of yours doing this? Or I'm just curious. Oh, over here, and I'll see around. Oh, you see around are the theatrical ones, as I call them. They dress up and act all vampy and use it as an excuse to have crazy sex and don't do safe bloodletting. Oh, yeah. And they will bite someone to draw blood and not at all safe. A true living vampire, or someone who's vampiric, will not bring harm upon you, will not draw blood or energy from you without your consent. Dang. Not dang that they won't do that. Ah, shoot. A combination of things, really. I never fit in anywhere in life. I met someone who is a tantric master, and they sensed the struggles I had. They taught me the tantric way. You've got travails under your belt. Let me see. I've always been spiritual, and that worked in with tantric practices, and so I was tantric and spiritual. And I felt I was missing something. The power of 3 type thing. And I always had a thing for blood, the smell, color, taste, look of it made me feel more alive. Spiritual person, I used to do Reiki sessions with. She asked me if I was vampiric. I'm like, I like vampires if that's what you're asking. She's like, no, but are you one but living? Reiki. I didn't know it was a thing, so I looked into it, and sure enough, it made sense. And all 3 connect vampiric people are usually spiritual. Vampirics are tantric. I mean, it's one of the ways they feed. Vampiric are usually. Oh, okay. But I don't say I'm vampiric to fit in or to pretend to be one of the cool kids or anything like that. It still reminds me of that episode of South Park. when you say stuff like that. It's just part of the spiritual and tantric trio that I am. I think I lost something. Like what is the trio? Or is that, are you talking about 3 people? I think I missed something. While I was reading that. I let people know I am. When they question things I say, I'll explain what it is for me if they want to know. I don't think it's. I don't think it was 3 people that you were saying, but I think I missed what the 3 part was. The trio. Spiritualism, the power of 3, Holy Trinity, etc. My trio is okay. Spiritual, tantric, and vampiric. I cannot be on one without the other. Okay. Does it I feel like that would feel like so satanic to be doing. Like does anything about that ever feel like wicked, or I don't know, like just evil to be doing, like, not that you're doing it with evil intent, but like that it just something about it does it ever just feel like it's like wrong at all to you? Like, I'm into this, but maybe I shouldn't be. Here. I've been judged for it a lot in my life. Wait, I missed it. Okay. Been shamed and bullied over it. It's just a reflection of the kinds of people those people were, not the kind of person I am, right? There are people out there who will use it for evil and do bad, but me, no. It feels natural to me. Okay. Get real fine with these tiny lines. I don't trust myself though to keep it going. I'm not going out of my way to feed on people. I don't have a donor and I don't want one. I don't do bad things. If anything, I do many good things. Right. One of the first things you told me was about how you make, is it paintings or sculptures, and you just give them to people as gifts, which I really like that. I'm a generous person, kind and giving. I put others' needs before my own. If I can help someone in need, I will. Good woman. I don't sacrifice anything. I don't summon anything. Digital drawings, that's right. And clay stuff, too. And, like, I don't mean to say it's, to imply that it is evil or anything like that, but I'm just thinking, like, you know, it just seems like something, if I were to, like, participate in that sort of thing myself, I feel like there would be this, like, even as you go about it, like, I feel like I would have this thing in the back of my mind, like, gnawing at me, that something about it, like I don't know, like, I don't know, like, maybe I shouldn't. After 8 months of knowing him, I bought him a new PC so we could game together. I'm always gifting games to friends for no reason. It's okay, I've been called the devil for it in the past. I used to work at a Catholic hospital. You can imagine how I was taken there. No, I don't know. Like, I'm just thinking of it. I'm not saying it is or isn't. I'm just wondering if, kind of like, like, I don't think anyone, what am I trying to say? Like, I think most people probably watch porn, but, like, it's not too far, like, it's not too unreasonable to have a moral dilemma with it. You know what I mean? Like, with, I don't know. I'm just wondering if there's any feelings like that you might get with it. I don't know. A lot of talk shows about it on YouTube. Oh, wait. There are people out there. Dang it. I hover over these comments and then I can't see them. There are people out there who say they are vampires and use that to inflict harm on people. And those people are bad. I would never feed in on anyone physically without their consent. And it's a give and take. You give something in return. I do. But me personally, no. Part of Being vampiric makes me feel. No part of being vampiric makes me feel bad in any ways, or that I'm doing a bad thing. Okay. I was just wondering. What time is it? 6 o'clock. Okay. Hour and a half. That's not bad. I don't like hurting anyone or anything. And if I did, the guilt would cripple me. Yeah, I think we are kind of similar. Maybe in our personality a bit. Like I always say, if I can help, I'm happy to. If I can help somebody, I'm happy to. Oh yeah, I did that already. And I'm always trying to do the right thing for people, even when it's inconvenient. In fact, especially when it's inconvenient. There are bad ones out there. They'll do mean and harmful things without consent, like it's nothing. I'm not like that. And I don't mean to maybe make you second guess yourself or anything like that. I was just wondering if you know if that comes with any like like emotional I don't know. I was just wondering if if there's ever any unease in you about carrying on with it, I guess. But I don't mean to like be interrogating you or something. Or driving guilt into your heart about it. No, but that's probably not because I've not done anything bad. You're curious. Nothing wrong with being curious. If you don't know, you have to ask. Yeah. There you go. So, what was it? I'm looking through the comments. Oh, okay. The only time I've had blood from someone was when they pricked their finger with one of those blood testing things for blood sugar testing and offered me a taste. And it was literally a drop. Oh, okay. Oh, see, I was thinking you had, though, too. But I think you were just explaining how it works. Okay. Well, yeah. So, is it always from yourself then? Oh yes, but physically, like aura stuff. No, wait. Oh, psychically. Yeah, yeah. So like aura stuff. And that's transference of energy for me to drain from another. I must give something back in return, and usually I give euphoric feelings, so they feel high in a sense. Our stuff is linked to spiritual stuff, as is Reiki, and Reiki is used partly to do a psychic feed. Mostly I draw from nature, storms, rain, wind, and lightning. It's hard to explain a short version because each step has a lengthy reason and origin. You know, I always like to go for long walks in the rain, which sounds gloomy, but really it's just something about it. It makes me feel really close to nature. It just makes me happy. So like when it's kind of like not too chilly spring weather and it's just pouring rain, I'll just go for a long walk. My neighbors probably think I'm a lunatic. Not so gloomy to me. Does it make you feel alive or energized after? I don't know. It maybe. You have more clarity after or during? Maybe. It. You might say that, I suppose. Yeah, it. Something about it is just like soothing and relaxing, and it just kind of like it used to make me real giddy, like when it would get all like rainy out. That sounds so weird, but I used to get kind of gleeful at like rainstorms, and it's only been in the past like 10 years, or maybe like 8 years. But it's like sunny weather, snowy weather. uh I don't like it when it's too cold out. I don't like it when it's too hot out. But like sometimes the rain is just like, I don't know, it's just it's very nice. And it's like uh like it's just like a bit more easy to deal with that kind of weather. Like not too hot, not too cold usually. And I don't mind getting wet. If you don't mind getting wet, rain won't bother you too much. And it's just like I'll be walking down the street and I'll see like all these frogs out or something, like hopping across the sidewalk. And I don't know. It's just kind of. I just kind of feel it helps me feel like connected with the world a little bit, like the natural world. When I had my own place, I used to lay on the back lawn when it rained. Boom, boom. Wipe that out. Okay. Let's see. How much more of this page is there? Not a tremendous amount. I've got those clouds, a couple rocks, and then I think I'm done. And I'm still hanging on the hope that I'll do a second page today, even though it's getting late in the day. Let's see. So today, we split my audience into a million. We dashed my audience into a million pieces by talking about pronouns and gays and trans and drinking blood. So goodbye, everybody. No, I think that was that was some decent discussion. I hope I didn't break anybody's heart. But just talking with my friend Crimson here. Just airing out our ancient minds. I hope that's fair. Nothing wrong with a good old conversation. I think so too. Let's see. And variety is the spice of life. Beats not having any chat at all. The variety is the spice of life. There you go. Oh, there's a mountain back here that I didn't touch. Mm-hmm. And I'm scanning. I think that's the page. Oh, let me do this to his eyes, though. I've been doing this black area in the middle of his eyes. Hey, what love? Almost done with the page. How are you? Me and Crimson have been talking about vampiric stuff. I'm doing wonderful. I'm so good. I think after this stream, I'm gonna tend to my laundry, which is just sitting in the dryer, half of it, and then half of it has to be moved into the dryer. Then I think I'm gonna cook something, and I'm hoping that I'll come on again in a little bit and do a second page, or at least start a second page, if it seems reasonable. Crimson says she's been freaking me out. No, I'm not flappable. At least not easily flappable. Crimson's good people, even if she's evil. No, I'm just kidding. Even if she's pure darkness. Even if she's a cannibal. No, I'm just kidding. A cannibal. Okay, now I think I'm actually done with this page. So I think I'm going to wrap it up. Goodbye, Crimson. Good talking to you. What love? Good to see you. Still sticking around. If you can, check out the intro to the show. I don't know how often you guys ever see the beginning of my streams where I play a little like theme song that I made. But today I added a bunch of like drawings to it, so it's a little less plain Jane. But yeah, I'll be out of here, or I'm heading out of here. But I may be back tonight. Otherwise, I'll be back tomorrow evening. Pretty sure. All right, bye everybody. Thanks for hanging around. Thanks for keeping me company.